This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Destiny Richards live in Spokane with a way to give a sweet gift to your loved one while serving others in our community this Valentine's Day.
Mark Peterson following some afternoon rain heading our way, and Olivia Roberts has more on the future of equal rights for women.
But first, breaking news out of Australia this morning. All fires burning in the Australian state of New South Wales have been declared contained for the first time this season. The New South Wales Rural Fire Service called it great news after a very traumatic, exhausting, and anxious bushfire season so far. That announcement comes after months of fires in Australia have left at least 28 people dead and thousands of homes destroyed.
A man will spend the next 19 years in prison for telling police he shot and killed his girlfriend because she planned to leave him. The day after Christmas, Joshua Forster stood over his sleeping girlfriend and shot her. He then walked out into the street where he told one person he had done something bad. Forster now faces a maximum sentence of 24 years in prison. Judge John Cooney, following the prosecution's advice, though, gave him 19 years. Forster entered a plea deal in January.
All right, outside in our first alert weather, we have a cold start and high pressure, clear skies, but that's all going to change. We're going to see the cloud cover come in and that band of showers around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and then we're going to see another round coming in for Friday, and then Saturday we're going to get the big take, so be prepared for that. As we look at what we can expect for today, your 10-second takeaway is very simple. Sunshine to start with a little bit of rain coming in the afternoon. Be ready for both. Get your sunglasses and maybe a poncho. When was the last time you saw one, right? 43 for the high today.
A Medical Lake man faces charges this morning, accused of shooting at two men trying to repossess his car. The victims say while attempting to take the car on Tuesday night, they heard gunshots and the rear passenger side window shattered. Deputies later talked with 51-year-old Robert Edens, who admitted firing 3 to 5 shots into the air and ground, saying he was trying to protect his property. Edens was arrested for first-degree assault.
This Sandpoint man was arrested for the sexual exploitation of a child. 49-year-old Kurt Klusner was booked into the Bonner County Jail. He's accused of having sexually exploitative materials. The Idaho Internet Crimes Against Children Unit was behind that arrest. That's a group of federal, state, and local law enforcement officers that investigates people who use the internet to exploit children.
Meals on Wheels Spokane has a Cinegram fundraiser going on for Valentine's Day. This is what they look like, and this is everything that goes into it. You still have time to order one. They're $35 each. You can give it to a loved one or a senior. Each purchase gives 7 seniors a hot meal, and you can order online for pickup only here at Our Lady of Lourdes.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, Valentine's Day is a big day for jewelry. Consumers spent nearly $4 billion on it last Valentine's Day. But before you buy it this year, you want to pay attention to this investigation.
They took it to another jewelry store, and I said, "What can you tell me about my ring?" And they told me, "Well, I can tell you it's not a natural diamond."
The Federal Trade Commission is now sending warning letters to 8 online jewelers that sell lab-created and simulated diamonds.
And a 2-year-old caught on camera drowning in a crowded hotel pool. Thankfully, a 9-year-old saw him and got help.
Where? Watch people. Watch your children.
Police say the 2-year-old was under for 4 minutes before he was rescued.
And the House of Representatives will vote today on a resolution to eliminate a deadline for states to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment. The amendment would ban discrimination on the basis of sex and guarantee equality for women under the law. The House's decision will give new life to the debate over whether the Equal Rights Amendment should be added to the Constitution. Under a law initially passed by Congress in the 70s, 38 states had to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment by 1982, but all 38 hadn't done so by the time of that deadline. Today's vote will decide whether that deadline should be eliminated. Supporters of the Equal Rights Amendment say the deadline is completely arbitrary, but opponents argue the expired deadline means it no longer exists and can't actually be ratified. The measure is expected to pass the House with bipartisan support today.
Imagine spending 31 years wondering who killed your big brother. That's the reality for a Spokane woman. She's never talked about her story on camera before, but tonight she's facing that fear in hopes of finding justice.
Because it's been 30 years, some of the people that have been so scared to come forward might feel, obligated or feel safe enough to do that.
Diana Gulick was only 5 when her brother Russ Evans was killed, hit by a car, possibly beaten, and left to die on the Thor Hill in South Spokane. Diana's now hoping for justice for not only her family, but others too. We'll tell you about this story tonight on 4 News Now at 6. We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast.